Kevin, thank you so much for joining us on Meet the Candidates. Jorge, let's go.
Kevin, do you think building more parking will make the traffic problem worse?
I think building more parking does not solve the traffic problem. Now, will it make it worse? It could. It's expensive to build more parking. The question is, where do we want to put the resources that Santa Monica has? And I think we need to put it in considering how to improve the traffic flow, not where to store cars. I actually support additional parking downtown. I think right now the existing merchants do need additional parking. Their customers, who are us, need additional parking. What I was against was the idea of building 1,000 unneeded parking spaces for possible future development, because what I'm hearing from Santa Monicans is we don't want more commercial development downtown. So we don't need that additional parking. We need parking for the needs we have now. In the future, I'm hopeful that with more mass transit, we'll actually need less parking. The real solution is not to get cars into parking spaces, but to get people out of cars.
You've served for 8 years already. Why are you running for office again?
I had to think long and hard about that, Sandy, because I made a commitment to myself that I would take 2 terms. And I don't think somebody should stay in office just because they can. I don't believe in term limits, but I also think on a city council like Santa Monicans with 7 members, you need 7 people who are really there every day doing the work and coming up with new ideas and better things for the city. So I had to ask myself, can you do that for another 4 years? And I really think I can. I think I have the energy and the experience at this point to be an even better council member.
Kevin, as you know, Santa Monica has lost nearly all of its fine artists, its painters, sculptors, and printmakers. Should the city provide incentives to create affordable live workspaces for them?
I absolutely believe we should. And I was a supporter of creating the studios that we did, the subsidized studios at the airport. We have some land at the airport that was being underutilized, and by using some of the revenue from other airport operations, we've been able to create spaces there where our remaining artists can work. The difficulty is in finding live space where people can also work. And I'm very happy to say that I've insisted and succeeded in insisting that the Civic Center housing development will include artist live workspace in a location where the public can come and actually watch an artist do her or his thing. And I think that'll be a huge amenity for Santa Monica and will encourage us to further support the arts in Santa Monica, which we need to do.
An initiative on the ballot asks police to make enforcement of marijuana laws the department's lowest priority. Should voters tell police what their enforcement priority should be?
I think voters have the right to express opinions on how various priorities are set, because that is a matter of how we're spending our money, where we're putting our resources. The difficulty I have with this particular initiative is in the specific wording. I worked for a couple of months back in March and April negotiating back and forth between the proponents of the initiative and our police officers, trying to find a way that we could responsibly send the message that we don't think the war on drugs is a particularly wise use of resources, while not tying the hands of our local law enforcement, who frankly do a great job of setting priorities locally. I came close, and I was unable to get the revisions in the language that needed to be made. The language on the ballot, I just can't support.
What would be your wish list for Santa Monica if you knew somebody who could grant you 5 wishes for Santa Monica, 3 wishes?
The most important thing probably is to get our community even more involved in its own future. I think there's no question that we have the resources, not just the financial resources, but the resources of population, of people, to make this a world-class city, even beyond what it is now. So the very first thing I'd ask for, if I had that wish list, is for everybody to participate in the future of Santa Monica. Right now we're doing a land use element that's going to decide what the development future of our city is. I think the people who live here and who want to live here for the next 20 or 40 years need to be heard as to what their vision is. I guess the next thing I'd really wish for in Santa Monica is a continuation of our commitment to our children, to our future, to education. I think that's a crucial part of what has made Santa Monica the special place it is. And finally, I think we are stewards of one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And I hope that as we make all the different decisions the city makes, we keep in mind that we are responsible for what this piece of land looks like, and our sustainable city plan is probably the wisest blueprint any community has come up with yet on how to make a city work in the long term. Let's look toward the future. Let's make our decisions today wisely, knowing where they're going to lead us.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.